Hi, I'm Peter Kirkup from D3 Technologies, and I'm here to talk about our Release 14 software, which was released this week. D3's Designer software is the platform that all of our servers run on, and it's also a collaborative design tool that our D3 customers can use to share, pre-visualize, and simulate their stage and their video and visual effects in real time in a 3D environment for all of the production process. D3 is an incredible tool and has been for a long time, working with a multitude of different technologies. And one of the strong points of the software is the integration when it comes to automation systems, DMX systems, and other external controls. So we're really pleased to add to the software in Release 14 a feature that we call device recording. What it allows you to do is to take an incoming stream of data, be it from an automation stream or maybe a DMX console, and bring that data directly down onto the D3 timeline. Now, the working practice for this would be, for example, in a rehearsal, where you're able to capture all of the incoming data from your automation system and use that to trigger off all of your various different D3 effects during the rehearsal. After the rehearsal, once the automation guys and everybody else has gone home and you still have some updates to do on your show, you can just switch the timeline from record mode into play mode, and you can play back the automation data which was captured before in synchronization with the other cues and sequencing in the D3 timeline, and use that to trigger off all the various automation moves and other things that have happened during the show, without the need for all those external people to be available during your sequencing. So this will revolutionize the way that your workflow works once you get on site, or even during rehearsals. You could, for example, sit in a tech rehearsal or a pre-rehearsal and make some of these automation moves and augment as the process goes on, adding more and more data to your D3 project. So device recording is a really big step forward in the D3 workflow when it comes to the integration with lots of other systems. The other thing that we've added into Release 14 is the ability to play back generative video content. Generative video content is content that's not been pre-rendered. It's content that's rendered on the fly by the graphics processing inside the server. And it means that we can do live image processing, particle effects, virtual lighting, and a multitude of other different things from within the software. We're working with a third-party plugin called Notch, and the Notch is a node-based system which you can tie together nodes to create all sorts of very interesting and very artistic effects. Using the two together is the optimal workflow because D3 downloads the Notch block into the D3 server as a complete piece of code and runs it on the GPU, which means that you don't need to have external devices and added latency. As an example, if you're using a Blacktrax tracking system and you want some particles to emit from a tracked beacon, then latency is critical. So minimizing that latency is really, really important. And that's what this combination of technologies allows you to do. And D3 is unlocking this creativity and this capability for our users. What we've done with Notch is we've exposed the Notch plugin as a standard D3 module that can be applied, and we're also giving away a whole series of different pre-made Notch effects which are free of charge for all D3 users to use with their system. You can see those running on the system here. We've got some simple ones such as color corrections and glows and edge detects, and then some more complex ones which do include tracking particle effects and things like that. And I'll give you an example right now of just how this works. The tracking particle effects work alongside the device recording really, really brilliantly. So earlier I recorded some tracking Blacktrax data with a magic wand, and I recorded that in our office. And now I can move to my system here and replay the magic wand moving on screen, and you can see it moving in real time on the screen as if I had my Blacktrax system and somebody waving the wand right now. And then the particles are generating off of the back of that. So that's a system that allows us to now replay and create these live particles off of information which otherwise we would be basically rendering pre-built content. This is now all live, so those particles have never existed in that position before, and we can use them in a new position just by adding new Blacktrax data to the system. So Release 14 is available to download right now, and there's a whole host of other features also added in Release 14, including streaming ACN support, expanded DMX sock puppet support, and also the ability to use CITP for thumbnails on lighting consoles. You can download it or find more information about everything I've talked about from our website, www.d3technologies.com.